According to the Bible, Jesus came in the fullness of time. Unconscious to the builders, yet framed by the handiwork of an unseen maker of the ages, the world was ready for Jesus Christ and for his gospel to be preached to all nations. And history records a world that was turned upside down with a message, a gospel, a good news about Jesus Christ. The Bible reveals that God had prepared the world for the message of the gospel. One striking example is the prophet Daniel and his prediction in 603 BC of the 4 world empires. Daniel was a Jewish prophet living in Babylon during the reign of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon who conquered Jerusalem. When the king had a dream, God revealed to Daniel the interpretation, which he told the king, and the king marveled and bowed down to him. God revealed to Daniel through this dream and also through a vision that 4 empires would rule the world. The first would be Babylon, the second would be Persia, the third would be Greece, and the fourth would be Rome. And the book of Daniel mentions each of these by name. If we look back in history, we see that is exactly what happened, and the exact order of the ancient world's governing empires. Babylon was the first, and although King Nebuchadnezzar was a mighty conqueror, his kingdom fell in one night when Cyrus the Persian rerouted the river running through Babylon and secretly marched his army into the city and overtook them in 536 BC. Daniel was correct. Persia conquered Babylon in one night. The Persian Empire set up governors throughout the world and extended their boundaries all the way to Greece on the west, and to India on the east, and Egypt on the south, and the Black Sea on the north. Their massive armies seemed invincible, that is, until Alexander the Great, the Macedonian conqueror, who came with an unstoppable war machine of soldiers armed with the mighty phalanx and all the new Greek warfare technology. Alexander also brought the Greek culture with him, and when a city was conquered, it became Grecianized or Hellenized. The Koine Greek language, the education, and everything else about the city. It was clearly God's plan that the whole world would be able to communicate through a common language. When Alexander the Great suddenly died in 321 BC, his empire was divided into 4 kingdoms. By 146 BC, Rome conquered Greece and every other rival and became the dominant superpower in the Mediterranean world. The Roman Empire was 2.5 million square miles and spanned 3 continents, and Rome built roads to every part of the Mediterranean world along with safety and security for its citizens. The powerful and cruel Romans would be God's chosen Gentiles to put the Savior of the world on the altar of the cross on Passover to bring redemption to the Gentiles as well as to the Jews. Christianity had so permeated the Roman Empire that in 312 AD, the Emperor of Rome became a Christian and made Christianity the religion of the empire. The Roman Empire lasted until 476 AD, when it was raided by barbarians from the north. Daniel was indeed the empire-predicting prophet, yet he mentioned 2 more kingdoms after Rome, and these would be in the last days, at the very end of the age. He said that there would be another Roman Empire, a second Roman Empire, and from this the Antichrist would arise, and this would initiate the time of Jacob's trouble, as Jeremiah put it. A 7-year period when God would purge Israel of their unbelief, and by the end, many would be saved. After this, Jesus returns to set up his kingdom, which will never pass away. This was Daniel's prophecy about the final kingdom. Daniel 7:13 and 14 says, I was watching in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. He came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Then to him was given dominion, and a glory, and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom the one which shall not be destroyed.